Thanks to those joining me live and to those that'll be joining me on archive. D-Style here, and I'm being joined by G-Funk. This is Mexican and Latino Wednesday. Finally found the black jersey, bro.
Okay. Yeah, looks good, bro.
About damn. This was from the South Africa one. So I like it. You can't see it through here, but it has like the Aztec symbol stuff, but it is.
I always liked the dark jerseys that they wore, man. I was always a big fan of that one and the ones where they had like the white with the gray Aztec calendar almost like in the background.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, those ones were clean too, man.
That was nice. I never liked the red one.
No.
It's okay, I guess, but I never liked it. But the green's always the one, but yeah. With that said, speaking of Mexicans, dude, if I told you a fighter in this year has fought 3 times, what would you say?
I would say that's a hell of a feat, man, especially in today's boxing world,
And if I say it, he fought 4 times.
I would say that guy
in 1 year. What would you say?
I would say that dude is loco, man, for real.
Cool for Cocoa Puffs, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if I told you dude fought 5 times in a year?
I would say that guy is a hell of a fighter, man. And if he won all of them, especially if he won all of them, man.
Let me tell you, man. Emanuel Navarrette has fought 4 times. 4 in 2019. But he's going to fight 5 times. 5 times. 5 times. 5 times. 5 times. 5 times. Right?
Who was that, Booker T? Yeah. Was that Booker T that did
that? This is the Booker T of boxing, bro. But anyway, 5 times, bro. In 12 months, that's a year. That's a rolling year. What are your thoughts on Navarrete fight now on his 5th fight? He's going to have a homecoming in Mexico. I think he earned it.
Yeah, I do too, man. That's a hell of an accomplishment, especially in today's boxing world, and I don't want anybody to misunderstand me when I say this. I'm not taking any shots at these old-time fighters. I got the utmost respect for all these dudes that fought, and I'm talking like the 1930s, 40s, 50s, when these guys fought. I mean, they fought like sometimes multiple times in a month, But those guys got a lot of fights in a year, and we give those dudes a lot of credit for that, and they well deserve it. In today's world, 5 fights in 1 year, I mean that is crazy, man. It's a hell of an accomplishment to be winning these fights too. Now I know that he's won all these fights by knockout too. Every single one of them by knockout. So he a lot of credit to Navarrete for that, man. And then, like you said, he's got a homecoming here. He's fighting Francisco Panchito Horta, and I think it is a well-deserved homecoming for him. And it's a hell of an accomplishment, man, to fight 5 times in 1 year, and he's got a chance to win 5 fights, which I think he will do.
Absolutely. Let's check it out. Navarrete 29-1, had a loss very early in his career. 83% KO ratio. That is stupid. Okay. That's crazy for that weight class. All right. There's heavyweights that don't have percentages that high, bro. Okay. That's insane. And typically, the higher the weight class, higher the percentage and knockouts. Lower the weight class, you know what I mean? It's the way it is. Francisco Horta, 20-3 with one draw. The dude has 10 knockouts, just about a 41% KO ratio. It's kind of normal for those weight classes. The dude is ranked 10th in Mexico. All right, according to BoxRec, 48th in the world, according to BoxRec. So he's not exactly like Navarrete's level per se. But I do know that he's really basic, pretty decent jab. He does everything kind of decent, but he does come to fight, from what I've seen. Of course, he's not ranked by any of the sanctioning bodies. But like I said, you can't criticize this guy for the level of opposition. He's fought 5 fights in 12 months. And then everybody's saying Navarrete is too big for his weight class, and this, that, and the third. Dude makes weight. He, I like this formula. I just stay in shape, fight every few months, all right? And then I'll make the weight. You hear that, Nary? All right? I don't want nobody talk about this dude being too big. It's the day before weigh-in era, okay? If you make the weight, as long as you make it legally, then it's within the boundaries of the rules, right? So Navarrete, he's earning it in the gym. And I mean, he's staying in shape year round. He's keeping himself busy year round, right? So the way I see it, he's doing his thing. All right. Shout out to AJ10, the residential fact checker of the show. Never fact checks me. Always fact checking G Funk, like left and right. I gotta keep fact checking this dude. He says all these false things like Barrera is over Morales and all this other stuff. I don't know what the hell G Funk's talking about. Okay, but well, that's it. The best Mexican jersey for me is the classic ones, says AJ10. Marquez Johnson, salute, fellas. What's going on? And that was Booker T. Stormy B-Man in the chat. What's going on? Bam Bam tweet says salute, DStyle fam. What's up? Boxing conversations with Reggie Owens in the house. And we got M Stacks 85 saying what's going on. I made money off both those dog bay fight. Well, there you go. Bam Bam tweet it here. And Charles Miller, what's going on? All right. Make sure you throw a jab at that like button. I got Navarrete knocking this dude out somewhere in the mid rounds. He's going to overwhelm him. Too much power, and he even looks faster than this Ortega guy. Like if Navarrete is stronger and faster than you, you're done, bro. All right, but what do you think, G Funk?
Yeah, I agree with that, man. I'm taking Navarrete for knockout. I'm thinking maybe within 4 rounds, man. Really, the dude, he's very fundamental. And this is Panchito I'm talking about. He's got good technique on what he does. He comes forward, keeps good balance, throws a nice jab out there. Like I say, it's not the fastest guy, but it's very technical and basic. And from what I've seen, he likes to throw good uppercuts off of that jab too. Like he'll come in, he'll step in with that jab, and he'll throw an uppercut right off of it, and then come with a right hook right after. And just like every fighter that comes out of Mexico that's good, I'm saying that's good, right? He goes to the body, just like all of them do. So, it could be, I think it could be a pretty interesting fight early on because we know that Navarrete likes to let his hands go, throws a lot of leather. So this guy, if he's going to survive, he's going to have to let his hands go as well. He's going to have to do that. And there could be some fireworks early, but I don't anticipate any upset here. I think Navarrete gets his 5th win of the year, and I'm hoping that he gets himself a nice big fight in 2020 with one of the main dudes around there, whether it be somebody moving up or if he moves up or whatever, because this dude he's ready, man. Like you said, being so active, staying in shape, he's ready to go, man. And I think he can beat just about anybody, man. He's long and wiry, man. Some about them long, wiry dudes, man. They carry a lot of power, and he's ready to go, man. I really like his attitude and how he carries himself, staying in shape, like you said, man, making weight. That's a great thing. So I expect him to win, but I do think it's going to be a pretty entertaining fight for the time that it lasts. But I'm taking Navarrete for knockout.
I agree. Navarrete for the W. We will see, what's going to go down, bro. So it's going to be very, very interesting. AJ10, I hear you about the Hall of Fame. We'll try and get there at the end if we have some time. I promise you, it's in the Q&A. Look at that. Okay. But so I wrote that down. On the undercard of that fight from the Philippines, Jerwin Ancajas versus Miguel Gonzalez. This is a super flyweight fight. Ancajas is 31-1 with 2 draws to 61.75 KO ratio. He stands at 5'6" with a 66-inch reach. He'll be facing Miguel Gonzalez, who has who's 5'3" with a 64.5-inch reach. That guy is 31-2, only 8 knockouts. That's only a 24% KO ratio. He's fought always. This dude hasn't fought out of Chile but one time. And the one time he left, he got his ass whooped. But in Chile, Louis Mahoney did beat him there by 8th round TKO, the Australian. Very little known about dude outside of Chile. Okay, I mean, no one knows who's fighting. And anybody out there, man, you don't know who he is either. Okay, let's not even kid ourselves. But I did watch a little bit of film. Dude looks all right, but there's a lot of fundamentals missing with him. And a lot of countries that don't have rich boxing prowess, whatever you want to call it, you do notice that even naturally talented fighters or boxers who are naturally gifted and naturally athletic, they don't have a lot of the fundamentals down, you know. And I see that a lot in this kid. I think Ancajas out of the Philippines should win this fight without a shadow of a doubt. I believe he will win this fight, and I think he'll win pretty convincingly. Now, I know that G-Funk went far, and what dude made calls to Chile to find out who this Miguel Gonzalez dude and what he's all about, right, G-Funk? I don't know where G-Funk went, but he must be somewhere, right? I don't think I've ever seen a Chilean boxer. Where you're going to see one, all you got to do is get ESPN Plus, right? And that's that. Kenneth Johnson out here. What's going on? Charles Miller, what's going on? And Kenneth Johnson says, salute D-Style and G-Funk. What's going on? But yeah, man, Miguel Gonzalez, I think he's going to get beat, bro. He's only fought outside of his country one time. I don't think that's a good sign, but that's me.
Yeah, I agree, man. That's a tough thing to step outside of the comfort zone, you know?
Yeah.
I remember a lot of guys that I came up with that I knew from the gyms when they, went from the amateurs to the pros. You know, the first couple of fights, always local and stuff like that. And then, especially if it's out of state. I know a couple of guys that have traveled out of state for like the first 3 or 4 fights. And, they do say it's a little different, you know, and now we're talking about a whole country, you know. So yeah, that could be a little too much for these guys, man. But I'm gonna be honest, man, I don't really know much about this dude other than what you just said. And we'll see what happens, man. Anything can happen, man. This is boxing.
Absolutely. You guys could catch those fights on ESPN Plus, right? So make sure you check those out. I know you guys are excited to see the Chilean boxer. Okay, the boxing dialogue. I never seen a Chilean boxer. You're about to see one, bro. Okay, like seeing a unicorn and shit. But you're about to see it. All right, dude. You know Tito Ortiz is gonna fight, right? Now we're going a little bit to the MMA world, but he's gonna be fighting.
You gotta be kidding me, man.
Yeah, he's going to be fighting Alberto Del Rio. No, El Patron.
El Patron is what he calls himself now, huh?
Yeah, he's going to be fighting El Patron. But Tito Ortiz, bro. Look at legendary UFC champ versus first Mexican WWE champ. Okay.
I thought that was Eddie Guerrero, bro. Like, what are they talking about?
You know what? You're absolutely right. Yeah.
How they gonna do my man Latino Heat like that, man? Come on.
Latino Heat.
Lie, cheat, and steal, baby.
I steal.
Yeah.
Like Barrera. That's what Barrera did.
There you go.
Those are the values of the Antonio Barrera class, bro. Okay? All right. But Alberto Del Rio, otherwise known as Patron, okay? What side are you on, G-Funk? What side are you on, bro? But it's going to go down, bro. Okay, is he going to clothesline Tito Ortiz? Is he going to get him like on a sidewalk slam? What's going on over here?
He's going to hit him low, right? That's what he's going to do. He's going to hit him low with the foot. It's going to be a leg strike low. And then once Ortiz goes down, wrap him up for the power bomb, bro. Boom! And the fight right there.
Dude, the fight's
Nah,
in McAllen, Texas, bro. It's insane.
you gonna go check it out?
Nah.
I doubt anybody will. Uh,
But it's a technicality, bro, because he was born in Mexico. And he was born in El Paso, Texas, bro. Okay? Okay, but
so is
yeah,
he gonna walk out to his WWE theme, or do they have copyright on that?
I don't even know that WWE owns that theme, do they?
You never know, man. I know they do funny stuff with music all the time. Like,
What do they get that announcer?
yeah.
Alberto de Rio. Let me tell you something, bro. If El Patron wins this fight, bro, this fight's fixed, bro. Like I'm just putting that out there. Like
You think
if
so?
he wins this fight, okay, it's a fix. Okay, Tito Ortiz is a former UFC light heavyweight champion. Tito Ortiz has a win over Ryan Bader, bro. Okay, who's a current heavyweight champion in Bellator, I believe, anyway. Okay, if not the former. Either way, he's there. This would be Fedor, right? This guy is a legitimate fighter. The other guy, he does have some wrestling background. He was in. I was told he was like an alternate or something in the Mexican wrestling team, but Mexico ain't known for wrestling, bro. That's number one. Okay, number two, it doesn't mean you know how to fight. You know what I mean. I don't know if he's ready to get punched in the face, bro. And yeah, she does have an MMA fight. He got beat up by Michael Crocop.
Mirko Krokop, huh? Wow. He was
Dialogue,
he
are you joking?
Krokop, actually, Krokop was a guy who was considered to be one of the best guys, 15, 20 years ago in the
Yep.
MMA world. Don't know when that fight took place. And I haven't seen Krokop in an octagon in years. But I mean, like you said, I didn't even know Mexico had a wrestling team. you know, but I don't know, man. For me, I don't know. I've always had this thing for Tito, man. Like I just never liked him.
I don't like him either, but
So
he's a legitimate fighter, though.
yeah. He's got a ton of more experience than Del Rio, or I don't know. Should we call him El Patron or what? Like I don't know what to call this dude, but Tito's been around for a really long time. He was the face of UFC when they made their comeback when they were in their dying days. And I mean, I felt he did a pretty good job of putting that company on his shoulders for a little bit,
Tito Ortiz, okay, was beefing with the Lions Den, bro. He was beating up the whole Lions Den, right?
Yeah.
And they beat up their leader,
Old King Shamrock.
Okay, well, he didn't beat up Frank Shamrock. He was part of the Lions then, but then Frank Shamrock left anyway. So, just saying. But still, right? But some people saying he's got I only knew he got beat up by Croca. I don't know he had fights, like plural. Okay. But I don't know. I need to know, like, if he won any fights. Just saying.
Yeah, can we get a fact check on that? I would like to know as well. But
like, what's the dude's record in MMA?
Yeah. And like you said, wrestling is one thing, and that's a good experience to have when you're stepping into the MMA world. But again, you got to prepare yourself to get punched in the face now, for real. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, there are times where I've heard wrestlers say, pro wrestlers that is, say that, every now and then a guy will shoot on them, land a clean shot or two on them. But that's, mostly by accident, so, there's going to be some intentions behind these shots from Tito. And but the thing is this with Tito, to me he's never really been a very good striker. I always think of him as more of a wrestling guy.
He just knocked out Liddell, bro.
Oh, bro, man, that was unbelievable. Liddell got touched one time and folded up like a lawn chair.
this was Liddell.
Yeah, I'm circling. Oh, got hit. That was it. It's over.
You know how sad it was to see Liddell at that?
That was very
sad.
sad and embarrassing, man. It really was. And the fact that people actually went there to see that, and I think I'm not sure how many people. I think they said it was like 25,000 people bought the pay per view. Like
Yep.
that's like an accomplishment right there. That 25,000 people buy the pay per view. But those dudes were both. I think they're both done. But Tito continues to fight. Uh, he's not in there with anybody that's any good as far as MMA goes. So if he loses here, man, I think it's just. I wouldn't say it's fixed. I just think Tito's just that's it, man. His time is up. But I am picking him to win. I am picking him to win, though.
Absolutely. You guys are tuning in to Mexican and Latino Wednesday here with G Funk. All right. And official prediction Tito Ortiz via ground and pound, bro. What do you got, G Funk?
I would have to concur with that. I think once he gets, I shouldn't say if, once Tito gets him to the ground, he's gonna have a hard time dealing with not only just trying to get him off, but punches that are going to be coming down from Tito. And wow, he's 9-5. Wow.
Yeah, but who are these 9 guys? And were they legitimate? Like, I don't know.
Well, that's 14 fights. That's more than I thought. Damn.
Well, yeah, I'll admit, I guess he does have more experience than I thought. So, but I still got Tito beating this guy.
Right.
I mean, if he beats Tito, this dude could become a star, bro. Like, El Patron, like you could negotiate a big deal with WWE and stuff like that.
And this is what is it? Combate America, right? Something like that. Isn't this Tito Ortiz's promotion or something like that, or his version of Bellator or UFC or something like that? I don't know.
Yeah. Salute to DStyle and G Funk. Look, all I know, man, is that it's gonna be some easy work for Tito Ortiz. This dude's gonna double leg, bam, might even do a single leg, take Patron down, and then you know what I think about? Let me tell you something, man. If Patron he was abusive to that one WWE diva, man. Okay, this dude's a piece of shit. Okay, so I hope Tito like pow and then pow, boom, those elbows. I will say that when it comes to ground and pound, like Tito was one of the best to do it though. Like those elbows, boom, boom, the street fight style and shit. I mean, this dude was doing his thing. Let me read over some comments real quick. He has some real MMA experience. This is Boxing Dialogue. Salute my brother, says to Kenneth Johnson, says Boxing Conversations, Reggie Owens. John says it's all about takedowns at this level with an untrained fighter. AJ10, Alberto Del Rio is 9-5 in MMA, as he mentioned. Andrew Charles on here, he says salute to Stormy B-Man and to Reggie Owens. What's going on? Andrew Charles. Let me drink some water, bro. I'm losing my. Like, man, I'm getting sick. That's not even funny. Salute D-Style, G-Funk, best to you, brothers. Keep up the good content. Thank you very much. We're going to be moving to another topic here momentarily. But first, I want to remind you guys that Mondays through Thursdays, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, DStyleBoxing Live. Mondays, Aftermath. Don't miss out on Aftermath. That's the show to watch, guys, okay? And then, of course, we got Puncher's Chance with Ashy Knuckles. Yesterday's show, I mean, we did it all, bro, okay? We did everything. And then, of course, I mean, as far as a breakdown, and Ashley's one of the best at breaking down fights. Check that out. Of course, Latino Wednesdays, and tomorrow, Boxing Conversations with Red Jones will be back. We will be back. Okay, we took it off during Halloween, and then Reggie got sick, and we did like one show in between. Now we're gonna be back with that show. Thursday's a big show for us, so we'll be back with that. Okay. Some other things to kind of cover it. Whoa, wait, hey, whoa. I ain't done. All right, I'm not done like promoting my channel, bro.
No, you're done, eh? You're done when I say you're done, eh?
Okay. Well, I was done anyway. I ended it with Thursday's show. How about that?
That's right, eh? You do. You're done when I say you're done, Holmes. I'm running this audio here, eh?
By the way, you hear me talk about Tito, how he rains down those elbows from pop, pop, ground and pound. Now that dude, he knows how to fight in the streets. I don't know about you, bro. I don't know if you can fight in the streets.
Let me tell you something, eh? No one's got a record like me in the streets, eh? I'm undefeated, eh? You just asked that chicken Mayweather Senior. I challenged that punk to a street fight in the parking lot, eh? And he chickened out, eh? He didn't want none, eh? He didn't want none of this, Holmes.
So, okay, fine. Okay, fine. What is the Ruben Guerrero baby nuts of the week? Talk to us.
Well, that's why I'm here, eh? To talk about baby nuts of the week, eh? And baby nuts of the week, another guy, eh? We got another guy missing weight. And this time by 11 pounds, eh? I'm talking to you, Andres Gutierrez. You had a chance to fight for the title, eh? Against Oscar Valdez. And you come in, you had the nerve, eh? You had some nerve. Where do you get your balls at, eh? To show up knowing that you're 11 pounds overweight and you still get on the scale, eh? You're an embarrassment to the sport. And your whole team is an embarrassment. I'll be fired, eh? No wonder why they threw you out of that place. You're a disgrace, Holmes. You got to leave the carnitas alone and the tamales and all that, eh? When you're training, you got to be a discipline. You got to be a real man, like my son Robert, eh? My son Robert never missed weight. Take notes, eh? And don't be shaking your head, D-Style. I see you already, eh?
I mean, look. Let me tell you something about Andres Gutierrez, bro. Okay. This dude broke a record, bro. He's in the Guinness World of Records. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody who missed weight like this dude. Day before Thanksgiving, you know, it's hard, bro. It's hard when grandma's like right there with the tamales, like, oh, here, mijo. You know what I mean? You got to taste it. If you love your grandma, you got to taste the tamale. You know what I mean? Like, how do you say no to grandma when she's putting that in your face and a turkey with the gravy? And then you got the pies and shit with the Cool Whip. Like, how do you say no to that?
You tell her, you say, Abuela, I got a chance to make some real feria here, eh? Stop feeding me this garbage while I'm in training camp, eh? After the fight, we can have all this stuff, eh? But you know what? He's undisciplined, Holmes, and he's a disgrace, eh? He's a disgrace, and he should never fight again.
Man, you know what? That reminds me. Like, what he should have done is what your son did. You know what I mean? Your son couldn't make weight no more, so he jumped to weight classes. Okay, got lazy.
Holmes.
He was flat-footed now. He had the body type of Gutierrez too. He just moved up in weight class. That's all he did.
That's what it is.
He got lazy, and he just went out your weight where he wasn't even that good no more.
So I'm a scale, Holmes. Let me tell you something, eh? All right, I'm getting tired of disrespect, eh? About my son, eh? My son Robert, he's the warrior, eh? And he's the best you've ever seen, eh? That's why he moved up and beat that punk Berto. Beat him like he stole something, eh? And we didn't move up just because we were undisciplined, Holmes. We moved up. It was a decision, eh? Because we wanted to go up there and we wanted that chicken Mayweather, and he ran from us in that fight, eh? But we beat up Berto. We beat him bad, eh? Don't ever disrespect my son like
your
that, Holmes.
Son didn't want to work to make weight no more and wait to weight class he didn't belong in, bro. Okay, that's what happened.
No, Holmes. Nah, that ain't it, eh? No, don't be disrespecting, Holmes.
That's what happened. Sorry. That's what happened.
What is this guy sniffing? Hey, what are you doing over there? You doing some cocaine or some shit? Hey, what is this guy? What's wrong with this guy?
Oh, I got sick, bro. Okay.
Oh, yeah, you got sick, eh? Hey, come on, eh? Then you want to talk about my son? You over here snorting shit, man? Come on, Holmes. All right.
You don't come to my show and accuse me of doing drugs, bro. Okay, let me decide that right now. This is a clean channel. I don't endorse drugs. Okay, and let me tell you something about your son. Your son hasn't been good in 10 years. He hasn't been good since 2007.
Again, Holmes, don't ever disrespect my son and miscalculate, eh? 10 years ago was 2009, not 2007, eh? That's how I know you're on something now, D-Style, eh? You're more sharp than this, Holmes. And you know what, eh? I'm getting tired of this whole shit, eh? I'm getting tired of it, eh? You and me. It's going to be you and me real soon, eh? I'm going to get back in the gym. I'm going to be ready, eh? The green light is on you, eh? I'm putting a green light on D-Style, Holmes.
I'm going to knock this dude flat out. The only reason I nobody out, eh? I respect my elders, bro. And we all know you're like 40 years older than me. Okay, you old man.
Okay,
right?
Holmes, look, I ain't even worried. Hey, look, I'm just gonna brush my mustache like this. Hey, you're nothing. Hey, you're a lightweight to me, Holmes. My son, he can handle you, Holmes. You don't want none of me. Hey.
Okay, well, let me tell you something, okay? This is how we're gonna do it. This is D-style boxing, okay? Goodbye,
Let
Ruben
me get let
Guerrero.
me.
All right, goodbye. Just like that. See that defense? He was gonna come at me, boom. All right, man, it disappear. All right, like bam, like Thanos, like this, Ruben, like this. When it comes to D-style boxing live, okay. And by the way, make sure you guys throw a jab. Throw a jab at that like button. All right, make sure you do that. All right. Oh man, that was some. I am sick, by the way. Now this dude's spreading rumors that these style boxing must be on sun because he's sniffing on the show. Okay, I got a runny nose. Okay, now I don't know what happened to G Funk, but he's
Get him out, man. Get him out of here, man. This guy's crazy, man. I didn't throw him out, bro. Sorry about that, man. Hey, this guy's crazy, bro. You hear that? He's throwing shit around in my house, bro. You see that? This guy's crazy, man.
I know, bro. Every time Ruben Guerrero shows up, G Funk's nowhere to be found.
Hey, man, I got to give that guy a room, bro. He's crazy, man. I'm telling you, man. You never know, that dude might be packing a fucking blade on him or something, bro. You know?
Man, if I didn't know any better, like, I would think maybe you're Ruben Guerrero. I don't know. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Like,
Nah,
I
bro.
think there's people are saying that though.
I know there's rumors out there. I've been reading them, but you know what, man? It's not true, bro. It's not true, man. And that guy, he's crazy, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know if I can have him over here no more, man.
You're right about
You're,
that. Because he's
you're
spreading rumors that I'm doing cocaine and shit. You know what I mean? Like, this
yeah,
dude is out of bounds.
you're getting under his skin, bro. It's getting a little crazy over here, man. You know.
Mhm.
I'll do what I do for the show, though, man.
Absolutely. What's up, Kamal Laws? Jupiter B says salute. Christopher West. What's going on, man? No Paul Boxianos, green light. Christopher West. That is a firm brosha. Okay, Ruben Guerrero used to get into brawls at the car show. All right. Well, there we go. Did he finally get in the low rider? Get the hell out of here. All right.
I think so, man. I hear it scraping down the road, bro. He's got it lowered, you know.
That's when he knows really low rider. Right. He's carrying a shank. People agree with you. He's got a shank out there. Okay, Ruiz by 7 TKO. Interesting. I want to talk about this, man. And I'm going to give my take on it, but I want your take on it. Um, let me say this, right? Um, there's been individuals, and I did a lot of videos about this after the fight. You know what I mean? But individuals questioning Andy Ruiz and why does he rep Mexico and all that, right? And let me get the baby nuts thing out of the way anyway. Um, look, why does Andy Ruiz rep Mexicans, right? And that's the big question. And fat guys. He also says he does it for the fat boys, but that's a different story. Okay. Look, man. First of all, Andy Ruiz represented Mexico in the Olympics. Okay, he didn't make it to the Olympics, but he was in the trials. You know what I mean? And he grew up close to Mexico. You know what I mean? But most importantly, like, he's representing his heritage. Is what he's representing. He's not representing like the country of Mexico. Okay, Mexico is just that's where Mexicans came out of, obviously. Okay, but there are Mexicans all over the world, and he represents Mexicans. You know what I mean? It's who it doesn't mean it's not exclusive. You know what I mean? Like, it's only Mexicans and that's it. But that's his people, and that's just that's who he represents, and he meant a lot to a lot of people in Mexico and people of Mexican descent, like myself, and what he accomplished. This dude became the heavyweight champion of the world, you know. But you have individuals out there saying that this dude ain't even Mexican. What's he doing representing Mexico? Well, first of all, what do you mean? I think, Chief, I think people confuse ethnicity with nationality. You know what I'm saying? And to a lot of Mexicans, the Mexican flag doesn't mean the Mexican government or the country of Mexico. It's an identity thing, and I think that kind of confuses a lot of people. But well, what are your general thoughts on this?
Yeah, to give my thoughts, I'm trying to keep it a condensed version of it because,
Yeah,
this could get pretty deep, you know.
for sure.
um, but I do agree with just about everything he said. You know, it was a big accomplishment for him to become the first Mexican heavyweight champion of the world, um, especially in a sport that is rich, in Mexican history. We had a lot of great champions all over the place, all over these weight divisions. And he's the first one to do it in the heavyweight division, which is the division in boxing.
Yeah,
So that's a big thing right there. But like you said, you represent, your people, man. And, we all struggle the same here. Whether you be, straight from Mexico or if you were born here, man. I mean, like I said, it could get really deep. Uh, my family, my elders, they always told me to, represent your raza, and take care of your people. And, they never let me forget about the struggles that we went through together, working in the fields and things like that. So it's a pride thing, man. It really is a pride thing with us. And, I feel it's the same with Andy Ruiz, you know, um, and that's something that, I think a lot of these fighters that go into the ring, they bring that with them, they bring those sort of things with them in there. And, he said it himself. He goes, I'm going to bring that Mexican spirit with me because that's what he is, man. And anybody that questions that is just ignorant, man. You really are ignorant. You just don't know what the hell you're talking about. And, obviously when you have success like this, man, people are going to come out, the naysayers and things like that. But I think he's going to win again, and I think it's going to be in dramatic fashion again, and it's going to do nothing but elevate him, man, and the sport as well. I think, but there should be no reason to question this guy and what he is, man. That's just ridiculous to me.
Well, some may say, right, if he loves Mexico so much, why does he live in Mexico? Why does he live here? Right?
Again, they don't know the history of the country. That's
Right.
basically what it is, But go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, no. I mean, I was asking you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically what it is, man. I mean, for anybody that doesn't know, that a big portion of the western part of the United States of America was Mexico. You know,
Yeah.
uh, it's a well known fact. A lot of people of Mexican of Mexican descent never left Mexico. They've always been here. There's a lot of history of that, especially here in California. They were here before they made the border. A lot of families. So again, just gotta do a little bit of homework, man, before you start talking.
Right. I mean, like, first of all, Andy Ruiz is an American citizen. That wasn't his choice. It's where he was
Right.
born. You know what I mean? So, what are the requirements of Andy Ruiz as an American citizen? Well, he has rights just like everyone else. That's number one. Okay. But number two, does he pay his taxes? I would assume so. I mean, maybe we'll hear he didn't, but he's required to pay taxes. He's required to, contribute to this society like everybody else. All right. That's it. To be a productive citizen in society. Has he done that, G-Funk?
I think so.
That's his only requirement. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? He's not required to do anything else. But when people associated flags, that's one thing I've noticed. Like in the U.S., the American flag, well, you could argue will mean something different to different people, but for the most part, it's seen as a flag of a nation. You know what I'm saying? And while the Mexican flag could be seen the same way, outside of maybe someone who feels very nationalistic, which is, in Mexico, outside of that, most people do not view the Mexican flag and the symbol of the eagle, okay, right? They don't view that, okay, as the flag of a nation of Mexico. That symbol originates all the way back to the Aztecs at Tenochtitlan, all right, which is modern day Mexico City,
Right.
right? Before there was a country named Mexico, before there was a word Mexican, all right, like it has nothing to do with that, But sometimes you just have to ask. And for those asking, yes, there are people that question that. Kevin Ioli was like, why are people making a big deal? It's He's American, right? There's a lot of snot nosed people that just have a very basic way of thinking, and can't comprehend the fact that this dude is an American citizen, that it has heritage. His forefathers are Mexican. His forefathers ain't George Washington, bro.
Exactly.
My forefathers aren't like, Lincoln and all that. That's not my forefathers. Now, it doesn't mean I'm not an American citizen. It doesn't mean that I don't believe in the ideas of America and the ideas, by the way, right? It doesn't mean that, but, people are going to say what they want to say. At the end of the day, right? First of all, if you're really salty that he's repping Mexico and Mexicans and all that, when America's had countless world champions, countless. And if you take offense that he's doing that, that says a lot about you, I think. You know what I mean?
Right. It's crazy, man. And it just, I remember hearing the guys after the first fight. Can't remember the dude's name. It was one of them British dudes. It's like, this guy is American, or I'm sorry, I had the wrong accent. He's an American. He's not Mexican. He's not from Mexico, and all this nonsense, Look, man, again, these people, they just don't know what the hell they're talking about. And, I don't want to dive into a history lesson, but just like you said, man, the symbol that's on that flag goes all the way back to the indigenous, to the natives of this land. And it means something to them, and that's why it's on there, man. And it's just, like I said, man, a lot of us were raised with that level of pride, and to never forget our forefathers, like you said, never forget what they went through. And, I think that's a beautiful thing to keep that kind of thing alive in our amongst our people, man.
Absolutely. Well said, Chief Funk. We're going to segue to this poll. Will Ruiz surpass Canelo as the biggest Mexican star? 73% of those correspondents that voted say yes. 27% said absolutely not. Okay, what are your thoughts, Chief Funk? If Andy Ruiz beats Anthony Joshua Saturday, will he surpass Canelo, in your opinion, as the biggest Mexican star in all of boxing?
I believe so, man. I really do believe that. And if he goes on and fights Wilder and wins that fight, man, I don't see how anybody can deny this guy. We all know that we've had big stars in the sport. At least from my time watching boxing, the biggest guys were like Chavez and Oscar De La Hoya. Fernando Vargas too, for that time that he was hot. He was a pretty popular guy, but those guys weren't heavyweights, man. And that makes a difference. I truly believe that makes a difference. And the fact that we've never had a Mexican heavyweight champion until now, and if he goes on and defends his title and becomes undisputed, there's no doubt about it. But I think it should already be taking place right now, man. This guy, I mean, to me, I don't think this was a flash in the pan thing. I think he's that good, man. I think he is that good. I think he's much better than Joshua, and I think he's going to beat Joshua again. So I do agree with those numbers right there. I'm on board with the guys voting yes. I think he is going to surpass Canelo because now a lot of people are getting fed up with what Canelo's doing in his career, So Ruiz is a guy who came in on short notice. He was a fill-in, goes in there and knocks out the guy who was supposed to be, the guy or the next guy, Uh, Canelo's never done something like that in his whole career, you know? So to me, he's already showing, you know, that true Mexican spirit, that true Mexican warrior that he has in him, you know, by taking the fight on short notice and going in there and beating this guy up. And I mean, it wasn't like he went in there and won a 12-round decision or something. He went in there and beat this dude up, you know, in the fashion that a lot of the Mexican fans like, you know. So I think there's no doubt about it, man. If he continues to win, there's no doubt about it to me, man.
Well, look, man. Let me say this. I think people keep looking at it and they're like, "Oh, like 92 AKU just said it." You know what I mean?
Come on, really, bro?
Contreras 92 AKU just said, okay, we're gonna call this dude Contreras, bro. Okay. Uh, para
This guy.
todo hizo lo contrario. Right? But anyway, only the Canelo haters and no, you guys got to really think about this, okay? Andy Ruiz was completely unknown outside of hardcore boxing fans. Nobody knew who this dude was. Okay, dude won one fight. G Funk one. He unexpectedly beat Anthony Joshua. Right? And it's what the pundits were saying. All that he beats Anthony Joshua. Dude gets invited to the Mexican White House. Okay, he didn't get invited by this president. Oh, that's a different story, right? Okay, dude is in Mexico. People are walking up to him, and like everyone knows who he is now. He's on all the Mexican talk shows, and everyone knows who he is. And now more people are going to watch him this time. More people are going to tune in to watch Andy Ruiz fight. If he wins this fight, you can't deny. Like, I know it's mind-boggling for people, but being a heavyweight world champion means something. Okay? Like, I honestly believe he surpasses Canelo as the biggest star of Mexican descent. I honestly believe that. Yeah, and I agree with you. Yeah, fame, infamy, not resume accomplishment. I get you. We'll try to get to your question, but Canelo is a star, but he ain't as big as you guys. Like, has his stock really gone up, G Funk, since the Floyd Mayweather fight? In your opinion?
No, not really.
I think he's as big as he's always been.
Yeah, I don't see it gone. I don't see his stardom going through the roof like it should have been, or like it looked like it was going to be. But I mean, really, Canelo's problems. I mean, he creates his own problems, man. I mean, so many things that go on with this guy's fights and things like that. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, he's a good fighter, man. Real good fighter.
Look, by the way, spare me the whole, well, Canelo has won more fights. Like, Navarrete is going to be on his 5th fucking fight this year. And we're not arguing he's the biggest Mexican star. Okay, we know resume and level of opposition, how many fights you have. Okay, it's not what we're talking about here, guys. We're talking about who's going to be a bigger star. Okay?
What's bigger than the heavyweight champion of the world, though? I mean, really, let's think about it. None of these guys. I mean, every now and then we'll have a guy like a Sugar Ray Leonard or Oscar De La Hoya. Like, these dudes were killing as far as fame goes and popularity, But was it on the level of a Mike Tyson though? I mean, when Mike Tyson was doing his thing, man, it was crazy, man. Tyson.
Whether people want to admit it or not, G-Funk, even if it's subconsciously, at a subconscious level, no matter what, if it's not the heavyweight division, I'm just keeping 100 here. If it's not the heavyweight division, guys, I don't care what weight class you're watching. Even if it's subconsciously, you know that there's only so high that fighter can go before dudes are too big and too strong for them. Okay? Period. I don't care who it is. That's why they made pound for pound. So we could pretend they're all the same size, but they're not. Okay? But they're not. A heavyweight means you're better than everybody else. I'm not talking skills. I'm not talking how, oh, this guy, he's better at parrying shots, and this guy's a better counterpuncher. And if this guy was the same size as, if Canelo was the same size as Ruiz, he'd be slower, first of all. Okay? He wouldn't be able to move as quickly. So all that's all made up shit. Okay? We're like, and who cares about that? There's something to be said about being a heavyweight champion. There's something to be said about that. All right? Like, it makes you a bigger star. Lomachenko, pound for pound, we could all agree is better than Klitschko. All right? Pound for pound. I don't see Lomachenko getting the money Klitschko was getting. They're both from Ukraine. Both are from Ukraine. Klitschko is making $19 million a fight and shit. Okay? What's Lomachenko making? And you could argue Lomachenko has a better resume. He's a better fighter, pound for pound. This and the third. Okay? But if Klitschko and Lomachenko got an argument in the front lawn, we know who to win the fight. Okay? Like if Canelo and Andy Ruiz got an argument in the front lawn and they ended up fighting, who would win, G-Funk?
Oh, that's a no doubter. But you know what, man?
One of those grandmas would come out and be like, hey, tú estás muy grande para él. You're big for him. Take the chancla and shit.
Right. But the thing is this, man. Nothing is bigger than the heavyweight crown, man, in boxing. And if you've got a big fan base, and again, we all know that the Mexican fan base is probably the best that there is in boxing, man. They get behind this dude, the heavyweight champion. Come on, man. It's a no-brainer to me, man. And now I see some people in the chat talking about, oh, off of one fight, he's going to be bigger than Canelo. But again, the thing is this. I agree. Yeah, he will be. And here's the thing. What he did against Joshua, that shows the hardcore Mexican fans, the old school Mexican fans, what he's really made out of. Man, the guy went in there as a replacement. He had no shot to win the fight. It goes in there and beats this dude up. Beats him up badly, man. Like, when was the last time Canelo did something like that? You know? When? Matthew Hatton? I mean, I don't know.
People keep saying like, no, but Canelo, bro. Look at what Canelo has a resume. And dude, if it was about that, a lot of dudes should be stars. That's all we based it on. That's not what we're talking about, guys.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about the masses and what they're going to watch. Okay? I promise you, Ruiz Wilder will do more pay-per-view numbers than any fight Canelo could do right now. Okay? I promise you that.
Easy work. That's easy work. Anybody in the chat disagree with that? I want to know. If Ruiz wins again, right? He goes on to fight Deontay Wilder for undisputed on pay-per-view. That doesn't do better numbers than anything Canelo could do on pay-per-view right now?
Who could Canelo fight that will be a bigger fight than that?
Exactly. Let us know right now.
And you could pick whoever you want, by the way. Whoever you want. Pick them. I want you to pick them. You know.
I'm looking. But, I'm looking right now. I see nothing.
I don't see shit. Like, and I don't want people will say, well, no, that's different. You know. It's because, you know, are you guys going to say it's Wilder now? You've been saying Wilder ain't shit for as far as pay-per-view before.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those like pick your poison type of things. But, you know, it would be bigger than anything Canelo could do. Everybody knows that. All right? People acting like it's not a big deal, bro. There's a reason Chavez Sr., by the way, okay, is on video like cheering this dude on when he's fighting Joshua and then celebrates like it was his own son. Like it's like for the first time in Chavez Sr.'s life, he felt like a son of his.
I'm I'm proud of you, mijo.
That's what it feels like to see your son succeed, because my son sucks. Right?
The pink attack.
The pink attack is back. Right?
Okay, we got something here. We got Canelo versus Floyd too.
Nah, it won't be bigger. Dude,
Hell
people
no.
don't give a shit about Floyd no more, bro.
Floyd's too damn old, man. Come on. The
That
only
ship has sailed.
that might excite you, 92 AKU, because we know you probably hate Floyd Mayweather and you love Canelo, but come on, man. I wouldn't even order that, man. That would be a wash.
Dude, there ain't no way people will be pumped up about that fight, bro. Just saying. All right?
Right.
Just saying.
Anybody else? Anybody else got a scenario here? Wilder Ruiz outsells everybody in the game right now. Everybody. Tell me who. I want to know.
The dude had to he had to get Floyd from the grave, bro.
Yeah, go dig him up.
AKU had to get freaking gray-haired Floyd, okay? I know dude's bald, but everything that comes out is gray out of his head, okay? He had to go all the way to that to compete with his fight. Just saying, okay? Just saying, you have to go all the way to that.
You tripping, bro. You tripping, 92 AKU. Nothing outsells that fight, man. Nothing. You got all of the heavyweight belts on the line if that happens. The guy who wins that fight is going to be the man and the face of boxing, period. I don't care what you say, man. I don't care what you say.
Yeah. I don't even think that's controversial, bro. And people keep looking at it as, like he said, what do you say? Look at all the stars, none of them were Mexican. First of all, okay, I'm not saying Canelo's not a star, right? But dude, I'm telling you right now, right? The Klitschko's dominated for almost a decade, bro. Right? Like there was really no one to make a name off of. In all reality, you know what I mean?
Just Lennox Lewis, and he only got to fight Vitaly and never fought him again after the first time.
But like, let's say Tyson would have beaten Lewis, right? And he stuck around for a while. His fights would have been bigger than De La Hoya's. His fights would have been bigger than. It's just the truth. Like, I'm just telling you guys.
Right. He was doing crazy numbers in the early 90s, man. Like, imagine now if you let's just do the time machine thing for fun, right? Let's put Tyson in a time machine and put him as a heavyweight now with all the social media and
dude,
all the hype.
1 million buys when only like 25% of homes had pay-per-view
cable. Yeah. Not to mention the black
pay-per-view availability.
Not to mention the black boxes.
Back in the day where you have to like order the fight and then you have to go all the way to the Time Warner store to pick up that little thing. Okay? Like, it wasn't that easy to get pay-per-view back then. Dude still did over 1 million. I'm just
92 AK, you getting mad, bro?
Oh, watch. He's gonna lose. If he loses, he loses, bro.
Yeah, it's not like he's my brother or something.
This is boxeo. This is boxing. We don't cry shit over here, right?
Exactly.
If he loses, he loses, right? This is like the Joshua fans that are paranoid about their dude losing and shit. Like, their life revolves around Joshua and shit. Right?
Sounds like you're hoping Ruiz loses, so that won't happen.
Yeah, I know.
But Tyson kills everybody nowadays in pay-per-view. Even Floyd Mayweather, the numbers he was doing, Pacquiao when they were doing their numbers, that's easy work, man.
I wanted to talk about this, bro. But by the way, I kind of want you, if he's I don't know if he's available, but if Reggie's available, I'd like him to come on so you two could talk, because you two have a disagreement about the fight. Okay, so if Reggie's still there and if he wants to come on after this segment, if he can. I'd like you two to kind of talk about that fight, speaking of. But maybe he'll respond. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But if not, he could respond tomorrow. But Montero, bro, right? I forgot dude's first name. Was on Twitter, right? I'm like getting ready to go to bed, and I see Montero tweets out, Dude said, let me pull this shit up. Let me pull it up. You saw it, right, you fun?
Yeah, I did see that.
Okay, so let me see if I could find it, man. He said Michael Montero, right? By the way, if you guys know Michael Montero, timestamp this shit and send it to him. Okay? In fact, let me do this. Michael Montero came out. That's right. Let me ask you this, G-Funk. Were you one of the YouTubers saying that Rigo was going to embarrass Lomachenko? Were you one of those YouTubers?
I did not say he was going to embarrass Lomachenko. I did pick him to win that fight, mostly because of the situation. You know, he did not have to take that fight. He was almost forced to take that fight because all them dudes in his division were fucking ducking him, bro. Like, this guy couldn't get a fight. And, you know, Rigo to me is one of the guys that, man, he got screwed over so bad in his career. I mean, he's going in there, he's dominating guys, he wins a belt within, like, I think 9 fights or something like that. Takes on a guy who, at the time, by the media, was considered to be the number 3 guy, pound for pound, behind Mayweather and Pacquiao, was Nonito Donaire.
Yep.
And dog walks this dude, embarrasses him in New York City, and gets thrown under the bus for it. And the fact that he embarrassed this guy so badly, nobody was trying to get in the ring with him. I mean, you had Frampton, you had Santa Cruz, you had Quigg. I mean, there's a few other guys that were there that just didn't want no parts of this guy. Didn't want to be in 10 miles of Regan now. So he's got to go all the way up to 130 to fight Lomachenko. So anytime I see a guy in a situation like that, I'm rooting for the underdog every time. Do I think he had enough skills to beat him? I do. But again, this guy is so small. I mean, look at him. I think right now he's back at like 118. He went all the way up to 130 to fight Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't think he would embarrass him. I did predict him to win though. But I mean, come on, if we're gonna do that, I mean, we could pull this guy's record up and see how many times he's been wrong. You know what I'm saying?
He said, I remember all them YouTube guys saying Rigo was going to embarrass Loma. Embarrass. Okay? Look at this. I said, I remember the YouTube guys said Rigo was going to school Donaire, though. Right? When they voted this dude fight of the year, he was a fight of the year. And I said, Rigo's going to beat this guy. Oh, you're stupid. Just like they talk to me when it comes to like fucking Inoue. Okay? Now you're stupid. If you know what you're talking about, you know that. Shut up. Okay? Trying to lecture me and shit. Okay? They were pumping up Donaire, and this dude beat up Donaire. I mean, he made Donaire look stupid in there. If we're honest, he had Donaire cowering in the final round.
Yeah, had him running around the ring, covering his eye, you know?
Dude, the dude was cowering at the end like this. Like, it was crazy to see. Okay, and I'm not trying to trash Donaire. I like Donaire, right? But at that time, this was years ago, that they had this dude on top of the world, bro. But not only that, this was one of those dudes that was pumping up Chocolatito, along with his boy Steve Kim and all that. Oh, Chocolatito, that we didn't let anybody just enjoy Chocolatito for what he was. No, they had to shove him down everybody's throat. No, he's the best pound for pound, the most skilled, the most this, the most that, right? Like, that shit's crazy. So,
yeah, dudes don't want to acknowledge what Rigo had to go through to get that fight, man. They're just fanboys and like, oh, he quit. You know, he quit. You know, again, what about if he quit? What did those guys do around his division? Did they quit too? They didn't even want to get in the fucking ring with him, bro.
Like, if it's that easy, get in the ring with him. Put in, like, till this day, you say get Inoue in the ring with him. They're like, oh, well, why should Reagan now get the Inoue fight? Like, you know, all of a sudden, like the Golden Goose or some shit. All right,
Get in there.
This shit's crazy, bro. This dude, the prime of his career, they avoided him. This is
Like
no
the
longer in his prime, though. You don't even have legs anymore.
avoided him like the plague, bro. Like the plague.
They
They don't want no
avoided
parts of him.
they avoided him. Okay. But you know what I can't stand? The elitist attitude, bro. Okay. Like acting all elitist about it. That shit's stupid, bro. Like getting all snot nosed and these YouTube guys. What does that mean, the YouTube guys? Okay. Those YouTube guys have a closer connection, okay, to the fight fan than the you motherfuckers. Okay?
Exactly.
Because you guys talk to the fight fan. Okay, you write your articles, you do your stupid little shit, okay? We talk with the fight fans. Right? There's a difference. Okay, so I'm just saying. 92 AKU, like the point, bro, like it went over
Exactly.
your head. The point went over your head.
Bro, you're having a bad night, bro. Honestly. You're having an off night, man.
Like, you know, you don't have to be a contrarian about everything, bro. Okay? Not a good look. I'm saying. You know. But with that said, G Funk, yesterday we talked about the fight. Myself and Ashy Knuckles, you guys can check that out. But what do you think, man? Like, what are you thinking? Anything you heard? The one thing I want you to kind of think about is one thing I mentioned, that jab of AJ, if he could establish it, make Ruiz, duck low, and that it could open up the uppercut. Because if that uppercut, if he could open it, like, pop, I think he could do some damage.
Well, I mean, I agree that the taller man should be able to keep the shorter guy outside, keep the distance. The problem is this, man. AJ doesn't have a good jab, man. I mean, could that be improved? Yes, absolutely. But from the things that I saw in that first fight, you got a guy, I believe that Joshua's reach is 82 to Ruiz's 74. That's a big advantage, There's no way that a guy with shorter arms should be able to jab with you. There was times where he was literally beating AJ to the punch with the jab. Both guys jabbing at each other, and you see him snapping AJ's head back before his hits Ruiz, That's something that has to improve big time in order for him to fight that Klitschko kind of style, I just don't think he's got it, man. I don't think he can do that. But if he could, that could give some problems to Ruiz. Honestly, I just don't think that that's the type of guy that he is. To me, he's the guy that always wants to look for the knockout. He's not the guy that's trying to go in there and win a 12-round decision. That's just not what I've seen from him. He's going to have to turn into a completely different fighter to win this fight, I think. Unless he lands a big shot and Ruiz doesn't get up. But again, Ruiz took all his punches. His best shots in that first fight got dropped and got up and hurt the guy almost immediately after, but it could be a situation where, they do try to jab, keep him at distance. We'll see if he can do that, man. But from what I've seen in the first fight and a lot of his other fights before this Ruiz fight, his jab is just okay to me. It's not where it should be for a guy with his size,
Well, I'll tell you what, man. There's a lot of, the different thoughts out there. I agree with you. I don't know if Josh Hoshue, I don't know what he can really do in one training camp. Not saying no one could improve on some, but in one training camp, I just don't like, even in that picture. Like, he's shaking Ruiz's hand. And it looks to me like his biceps popping out, like he's trying like squeeze Ruiz's hand, and Ruiz just smiling at him like, dude, you ain't that strong. I don't know, but I don't know, man. I don't know what Joshua can do to stop the inevitable.
Yeah, he's gonna have to turn into a completely different guy, man. That's really what it comes down to, at least for me. So many things that he does that he normally does, and I mean, there's no way he overlooked him. There's no way, because again, he dropped him, bro. Looked like the fight was going to be over in the third round. I mean, am I wrong or what? Like, I can guarantee you this, man, and most of these people probably won't admit this, but I can guarantee you, anybody that thought Joshua was going to win this fight, and a lot of people did, when that left hook landed and put Ruiz down, they were thinking, "Oh, that's it, fight's over, it's done right here, this fight is done." So I mean, and then again, when he got up, he got hit with a big, huge right hand right after. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, to me, Joshua looked the same that he did, like he did every fight. That's exactly what he does every time he gets a guy hurt. So, I don't know, man. I just think there's a lot of excuses being made. Why can't you guys just give credit to Andy Ruiz? I mean, it's just that simple, man. The guy's better. Give him his credit, man. He beat the brakes off this dude, and it wasn't by accident, man. And we're gonna see it again Saturday night.
Absolutely, man. So that's going to be very interesting. Um, Final topic, really quick. Got it on here. Marquez, Hopkins, Mosley, Lucio Riker, and Martin. Oh, Christy Martin made it
Christy
too.
Martin, the coal miner's daughter, huh?
And his daughter and the Dutch destroyer, right? Um, I don't. There's some non-participants there, but just with those three fighters, bro. What are your thoughts?
I like it, man. I think that's a good Hall of Fame class coming up. I think all those fighters are well deserving, especially the female fighters. Lucia Riker has always been considered to be one of the best female fighters of her time, just like Christy Martin as well. I remember seeing her a lot on Don King pay-per-view undercards. The opening fight. She's really good, man, in her prime. Really, really good. As she got older, she got a lot slower, and wasn't quite the same fighter that she used to be. But in her prime, man, she was really good. Same for Shane Mosley. That dude, man, early in his career looked like he was gonna be unbeatable, man. I mean, the speed and the power that this dude had was crazy when he was a lightweight. And then he jumps up 2 weight classes, goes to welterweight, and carried the power, carried the speed with him. Now I know people will say, he was on something, but he did his thing, man. He was one of those guys that had one of those crazy knockout ratios. I think he was one time he was like at 32-30 or something like that.
Right.
Crazy. Marquez, I mean, what can we say about Marquez? I mean, I had him, I believe, top 5 in my top 11. I almost said top 10, top 11 Mexican fighters of all time. To me, he holds one of the biggest wins in Mexican boxing history. That huge knockout over Pacquiao, face planted him, and that was just as well overdue because of those robberies that he had. And so he's a great, deserving to be in the Hall of Fame. Same with Hopkins. He's a guy who came up, took him a long time to get his name out there. Earned it the hard way, and continued to keep himself in shape. Very disciplined. Fought till he was 50 years old. And
Right.
And won a lot of big fights along the way. He's one of the best defensive fighters to do it. And all these fighters are well deserved to be in the Hall of Fame, man. But that's one of my favorite pictures in boxing history, right there, man.
Where was G-Funk when this happened?
I was at home watching it in the comfort of my own couch and my own TV, and man, I enjoyed every second of it. That fight was so good, man. A war from the first round, man. These guys, Pacquiao came out real aggressive. I remember he came out very aggressive, and I really believe that that's what led to his demise in this fight because Marquez always was able to land clean, hard right hands on this guy in all 3 fights before this. This time they fought at a heavier weight, and he got dropped, I believe, in that 3rd round. Dropped his ass, and
92 KU redeemed himself. Look, he thought he died.
Oh man, he was. It looked like he got sniped from the ceiling, bro. The way he went down. I mean, he just
Mhm.
almost like the cartoons, bro. You know, the Wild E. Coyote dropping from the cliff.
From the
Boom. You
cliff.
know. But while Manuel showed you guys why they call him Dinamita right there, man, because that was a dynamite shot.
That was a hell of a shot. Took him out, lights out. Like, dude was tired. Okay, just tired of putting it in the judge's hands, and he said, "You know what? I'm gonna have to take this dude out. Like, it's just the way it is." He knew he had to put himself at more risk, but
Yep.
it was the only way to do it, and he did. Right?
That's
Who is
very
beating?
true, man. That was very true because Marquez was hurt the round before that. Had a bad broken nose. I mean, that nose was just pouring out blood. But he like you said, he had to go in there and knock this guy out. He's sick and tired of going in there and beating this guy. You know, should have been getting these W's, but he just didn't get them. You know, for whatever reason. And he just said, "You know what? I'm not letting it get to that point tonight, man. You're out of here."
Boston Dollar, I wonder how long Pacquiao would have been out had they not used smelling salts on him. I don't know. By the way, you guys make sure you throw a jab at the like button. You know, I hate ending shows when we're under 30 likes. You know what I mean? A lot of content here, a lot of topics covered. Baby nuts of the week. Like, well, what else you guys want? What do you want? You want me to do a backflip? Okay. You want to see me and Ruben literally like fight? You want me to get him suplex the dude? Okay, he's an old man, right? I got 71 fights. Look at that. Fact check on the spot, too. All right.
And he corrected me on the Shane Mosley record. He was 33 wins with 31 knockouts when he got that first De La Hoya fight.
I got to do it. I got to do it. Got to do it, G-Funk.
Yeah.
All right. So that's that. Okay. Let me tell you something, man. Bernard Hopkins, without question. Okay. Anyone who like this dude's what he did at middleweight alone. Like if he would have retired after he beat like Trinidad, he would have been in Hall of Fame. Okay. Maybe a lot of people wouldn't know about him, but he would. But just the 20 title defenses. I mean, the Hall of Fame, bro. You know what I mean? And then dude had so many careers that's crazy, but moving up and beating Tarver, and then after he lost like to Kalazagi, they pretty much said he was done, and then comes back and beats Pavlik the way he did. I mean, this dude was a beast, bro. Okay?
I'll be honest, man. I thought Hopkins was done after he lost to Jermaine Taylor the first time, and it was to me it was more. How should I say it? I thought he was done after the first loss, but the second loss kind of validated it to me, you know, because I was thinking he was going to come back and beat him, you know. I was thinking, oh, maybe he caught the OG on a bad night or something, you know, but to me, Hopkins didn't look the same. And then when he beat him again, I was like, well, hey, maybe he is done, you know. But he came back strong from that. I believe he had the next big win he had was that Kelly Pavlik win, because Pavlik ended up destroying Jermaine Taylor shortly after that.
Yeah. You know what though? I thought Hopkins won the second fight. Like, I think he landed like the cleanest shots on. I haven't seen the fight in years, by the way, but
yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen that one.
I came away feeling like he won those fights against Jermaine Taylor.
I thought for sure the first one was a Taylor win. The second one could go either way.
I thought he beat Kalazagi.
That's another one. Because all those little pity pat shots that Kalazagi was landing, or was landing, a lot of them weren't, you know.
You watch the replays and dude was like
missing.
In real time looked like he was landing some, but no. It's crazy. You know, but I want to bring up slow mo because people, you know, they're like, oh, if you watch this fight in slow motion, you know, but the Boxing Hall of Fame is not the NFL Hall of Fame. You know how they kept T.O. just because they didn't like the guy?
Yeah.
You know, like that's crazy, bro. That was one of the most blatant like things I ever seen when they didn't put T.O. like for 3 years, dude.
That's ridiculous. The guy is like, I think, top 3 in receptions, yards, and touchdowns for wide receiver, but he can't get in the Hall of Fame first ballot. Like, ridiculous.
Marcus drinking his own urine, fair or foul? What's your fun?
I'd say foul because I wouldn't recommend anybody doing that.
Now that I think about it, we should keep this dude off the Hall of Fame, bro.
Yeah, he's done.
It's thinking, oh, Marcus is in the Hall of Fame. I could drink my own urine too, look. It worked for him.
Uh-huh.
Actually, no, because I don't think he did it after he lost to Floyd. You know what I mean? If Marcus would have won that fight against Floyd Mayweather, bro,
people would be doing that shit.
people would be like, oh yeah, I could drink my own piss. Like, dude. Okay, spared us. By the way, no Paul, maybe you could tell your buddy Ruben Guerrero. He wants a Q&A, bro. Maybe we could do it next week. Q&A. Ruben Guerrero Q&A.
Well, hey, no, Paul, I gotta tell you, you better talk to D-Style. Tell him to cool it on Ruben. He's getting a little mad, bro.
By the way, you guys ain't getting Ruben Guerrero segment next week if I don't get a 30 likes in the next few minutes before I end the show. Like, I'm just saying, 30 likes ASAP. Okay? Oh, there ain't no Ruben Guerrero Q&A next week. Right?
It's 30 or go home.
If we get to 30 at the end of every show, we go home, bro. Okay? Free R. Kelly. Okay, Ruiz gonna KO AJ though. All right.
What's going on with this show? We're talking about urine, and then next thing you know, R. Kelly pops up.
You're in a sterile style. I don't know, man. Urine is a toxin, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's waste, bro. Like,
it's waste. Like what do you mean? I still to this day, Machida did it too.
Oh man,
Lyoto Machida would drink his own urine.
You know, I think if it was scientifically proven that drinking your own urine can benefit you or help you perform better, like I still don't think I can do it.
You don't think you do it?
No, man. Just the smell of it sometimes makes me want to just throw up.
You guys ain't gonna believe this shit. I haven't liked my own show. Okay, I did not utilize the jab. We're already 30 right now, but look, 31. There we go. All right. We got to the goal, G Funk.
Hey, nobody hit the thumbs down either. So
there you go. Right.
You know, there's always one lurking in the shadows. You know,
they're there, like, I get it. Any final thoughts, G Funk? Tell everybody where they can find you and Twitter too. You're on Twitter. The dude's on Twitter now.
Yeah, man. I still don't know what the hell I'm doing on Twitter, but I'm there now, man. So you can find me on Twitter at gfunky84boxing. It's the same title here on YouTube, gfunky84boxing. No, I just want to say before we end this thing, like always, thank you to D-Style for having me on your platform again. I do appreciate it. Appreciate everyone in the chat for interacting with us and for jabbing that like button. If there's any super chats that I missed, shout out to you for that as well. And this Saturday, man, like I said, closing out Monday's show.
Chocolatito getting his ass whooped, by the way, when they had him number 1 pound for pound. You know what I'm saying? Look, he went down like a pound for pound champ. Look at the flat on his back. There you go.
That's melted chocolate right there, bro. But like I said in the Monday show, if you guys really care about the sport, man, you would want Ruiz to win this fight. He wants all the smoke, man. I honestly believe that he'll fight anybody in the division. If AJ wins a damn fight, I mean, he might fight Ruiz again. But I don't see him taking on anybody else, man. I think he's just going to take those belts and run back to England and not do a damn thing with them. So if you want to see unification or undisputed at heavyweight, man, we got to have Ruiz win this fight, man. We just have to. But, yeah, that's it, man. I hope you guys enjoy the fights.
It looks like the numbers did around what I said, around 300,000 for the fight. 300,000 buys.
Oh, that's what we're getting now. Okay. It wasn't. You sure it's not? Sure it's not 2,500, bro? Like I thought that was in stone, bro. You know.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. But yeah, those are the numbers, and people can make of it what they will. But look, $70 a pop, right? It's $79.99 or $69.99. 79, right?
I believe if it's HD, yeah, or 75, maybe. I don't know. It's
Let's
been
say
a while.
70. Let's say 70, right? Those UK pay-per-views are only like $19, bro. Okay, so revenue-wise, this is like the revenue of a fight in the UK that does over $1 million. 75, Kenneth Johnson. Revenue-wise, Wilder is generating more than Anthony Joshua. Like I'm just throwing that out there. Okay, so that's all I'm saying. But yeah, the fight ain't gonna happen if he wins, bro. It ain't gonna happen.
No,
We're gonna go back to. I know there's just people that love the politics and talking about the drama, but I want to talk about the fight.
I don't understand. I really don't understand that, man. If you're a damn boxing fan, or you call yourself a boxing fan, why the hell would you care about pay-per-view numbers? Who's getting paid what? Who's the A side? Like
I forgot Wilder.
Wilder can't sell, bro. He can't even sell out the MGM.
This is Hotman with my daily video that's anti-Wilder to appease my UK fans that don't like Wilder, and I'm gonna make it obvious. Duh. I don't know what dude's doing. You know what I mean? But that's another story, bro. Next week, you tell Ruben Guerrero I'll stop attacking him a little bit, okay? And if he wants to do some Q&A, it might be some epic shit. You know what I mean? Ricardo de Mayorga, I would bring him, but dude, I'm already like coughing and like, I don't know if that's a good idea. You know what I mean? So, but make sure you guys look at this, bro. I threatened to take away baby nuts, and like we got 36 likes all of a sudden. Maybe I should just do that.
Yeah, people in there sleeping in the chat, man. Y'all gotta wake up.
And no more baby nuts. No, Paul created like 6 accounts right now, bro. That's what those likes mean.
And look at this, bro. We start talking about AJ and we get 1 thumbs down.
There we go. I'm starting to think AJ10 is really AJ.
Oh boy.
We're going to be talking about Ruiz won. Then he's going to be like, no, AJ won. Give me my check. Like, no. But man, good show, G-Funk. Those coming in, make sure you tune in, man. Archive. We had a great show. You can tune into the baby nuts and all that. I'm not going to be uploading the baby nuts segments anymore. You guys got to watch the show. Okay? I'm just saying. G-Funk can put on his channel if he wants, but I'm just throwing that out there. You know what I mean? You guys know where to find baby nuts. It's here, Mexican Latino Wednesday. This is DStyleBoxing. What do we say, G-Funk?
Keep it boxing.
Keep it boxing. We're out.